Guys, so today I wanted to show you guys my flawless foundation routine, or not really, well, I go for flawless, but obviously it's not always gonna be flawless. I am using a full coverage foundation, and I'll show you in the video what I'm using. But I'm just gonna show you how I highlight and how I contour on a daily basis, I guess. I do wear foundation on a daily basis. I didn't used to. I never liked the idea of that, but I decided to, well, I kind of grew into it, and it's become my everyday thing, so yeah. So the first thing I just want to say is that I did my brows for the purpose of my next video, which is going to be the eye makeup I do after I finish my whole face. I have all my products way out here, so it's going to be really fast. Not really fast, but you know, it won't be a long video. Yeah. I don't think maybe I do too much for some people, but for me, this is just what I do every day. I'm used to it. I think that's it. So I'll see you guys in a second. It's gonna be a voiceover just to speed it up, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. So the first thing I'm using on my skin is Pond's Clear and Beauty Dark Spot Correcting Cream and my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream to moisturize my skin, because I feel like the best way to get really nice looking foundation is to have a really nice smooth looking base, and this really helps me have a really nice moisturized canvas, and it helps the foundation go on really smooth. To prime my skin, I'm using Maybelline's Master Prime in Blur and Smooth, and I'm focusing this on my nose and next to my nose and my forehead, just because I feel like this is the part I want to look the most smooth and most flawless. And I do put this on the rest of my face, but I naturally hit those areas first. Now I'm using my foundation. This is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless. My color is Dark 1, and I really like using this because it looks really natural, but it's still really flawless and full coverage and very lightweight on the skin. This has a natural luminosity to it. It's not super dewy or shiny, but it looks really beautiful on the skin. And I just dot this everywhere on one side of my face, and I do the next side after it's all blended out. But I use my Ultimate Blending Brush from e.l.f., which is a dome shaped brush, and I first roll this all over my skin, like spreading the product, and then I stipple it in by tapping the product in my skin to make sure it stays full coverage. After I apply the foundation to the other side of my face, I just like to make sure everything is completely blended. So to highlight under my eyes and conceal at the same time, I'm taking my Nika K HD Concealer in Copper and my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast, and I put these both on top of each other under my eyes and on my nose bridge, and then I take the Nika K HD Concealer and I put this on my chin and my forehead also to highlight my face. But this is a very subtle concealer, it's not too bright, so I just like to take my beauty blender and blend this in. To set all the highlighted areas, I just take my CoverGirl loose powder in translucent medium and my makeup sponge and just heavily apply the powder under my eyes, on my nose bridge, on my forehead, and on my chin to set the concealer and keep it from moving around during the day and keep it from creasing. So to set the rest of my face, I'm just taking my e.l.f. complexion brush and the CoverGirl powder in a darker color, and I'm setting the rest of my face, but I'm not going to set the other side because I'm going to show you how I cream contour my cheeks. So when I'm feeling a little special, I like to take LA Girls Pro Concealer in Dark Cocoa, and I use this to accentuate my contour areas. So I just take this under my cheekbone and down my jawline, and I then blend it out with my same foundation brush. And then I go ahead and set it with the darker toned CoverGirl loose powder again, and then later in the video I'll show you how I go over those contour areas with my contour powder. I actually don't highlight my face on an everyday basis. I usually just conceal under my eyes and contour my cheeks. But for highlighting, I usually just do it if I have a little extra time or if I feel a little special that day, I'll highlight. But I just usually conceal and contour under my cheeks. Chilling with no makeup on, that's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. You don't even trip with friends, so you ain't bring a drink alone. You know that I'm working, I'll be there soon as I make it home. Is she impatient in my waiting room? Never pay attention to the rumors and what they assume. I then just take the same brush and wipe away all the excess powder from my highlighted areas, and then I go ahead and just blend the two powders together so everything just looks seamless and flawless. So now I'm taking my e.l.f. Beauty Book in Bronze Look, and I'm taking that middle brown shade, and how I apply it is I take this angled like blush brush and I swipe it down the hollows of my cheek and I blend it up towards my under eye highlight, because I find that this helps to chisel out your cheeks instead of make it look more darker on the bottom. Makes it look dark on the top so your cheekbones kind of suck in better. And I did the cream contour just to show you that sometimes it can look more brown than gray, because when I just use the powder it tends to look more gray, but when I use the cream contour under it, it looks more brown. I also hit this contour powder down the sides of my nose just to make it a little more structured and slender, but I don't do this all the time. And I also take it on my forehead closest to my hairline just to make it my contour look more unison. I also lightly apply this to my jawline, and here you can see how it looks more brown on this side and more gray on this side. I prefer all over matte skin, but I like to add my luminosity with powders. So here I'm taking e.l.f.'s Golden Bronzer and my BH Cosmetics fan brush, and I'm kind of heavily applying this on my cheekbones, on my nose bridge, above my arch of my eyebrows, on my cupid's bow, and on my nose, just for an all over glow. Now I take my e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Blush Gems, and this just adds a more wet looking highlight than a shimmery, like satiny looking highlight. I like this to intensify the highlight areas. And then I also take this gold shadow to make it more of a gold champagne color more than a frosty white color. So this is my complete foundation routine for my everyday look. I really hope you guys learned something new today and liked the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.